Okay, welcome back. This video we are going to go over some practice problems when it comes to significant figures. Just want to remind you of the rules when it comes to counting significant figures. First, all non-zero numbers are considered significant, meaning any number that's not a zero, we count as significant. Second, if a number is sandwiched between two non-zeros, so it's in between two non-zero numbers, so if a zero is in between two non-zeros, then it is considered a sandwich zero and it is considered significant. So sandwich zeros are significant, non-zeros are significant, trailing zeros are only significant if there is a decimal place. If there is not a decimal place, then they are not significant. And a trailing zero is a zero after the last non-zero number. So, in saying all that, let's work some practice problems out. Your instructions for these problems are to determine the number of significant figures in each number. Your numbers are 1,220, 505.1, 6.022, 0.00150, and 6.02000. Now, if you want to, you can pause the video and try these on your own. If not, then let's start working through them. So starting up with your first one, 1,220. We have three non-zero numbers, the 1, 2, and 2. So those are going to be considered significant. We have no sandwich zeros in this, so we don't have to count those. And there's no trailing zero because there's not a decimal place in this number. If we had a decimal place, then we would consider that a trailing zero. So the only thing we count here is our non-zeros, giving us a total of three significant figures. Okay, next one, 505.1. We have three non-zeros again, a 5, 5, and a 1. But we also see that we have a sandwich zero, the zero between the two 5s, which are non-zeros. So that's also, we have one sandwich zero. We have no trailing zeros in this one. So we add all those up and we get a total of four significant figures. That's from your three non-zeros and your one sandwich zero. Our third one is 6.022. This one has three non-zero numbers, the 6 and the two 2s. We also have a sandwich zero between the 6 and the 2. So we have one of those. We do have a decimal place, but we don't have any trailing zeros or zeros after the last non-zero number. So we just add those together and we get four significant figures again. Then we have our fourth one, 0.00150. Okay, we have two non-zero numbers here, the 1 and the 5. We do have a decimal place, so we do have a trailing zero, the 0 after the 5. We don't see any sandwich zeros here, and we need to know that those zeros before the first non-zero are considered leading zeros, and leading zeros are never significant. We have two non-zeros, one trailing zero, giving us a total of three significant figures. Okay, number 5, or the last one for this section of questions, 6.02000. So we have two non-zeros, which is the 6 and 2. Then we have a sandwich zero between the 6 and the 2. And finally, we do have a decimal place, so those zeros after the 2 are considered trailing zeros, which are significant, so we have three of them. We add all this up, the two non-zeros, the one sandwich zero, and the three trailing zeros, get a total of 6 significant figures. Okay, so now you got that first set out of the way, here's some more that you can try. If you did not do this the first time, make sure you pause the video after I read out the numbers and attempt to work these out on your own, and then check yourself with the video. This is going to make it where you're a lot more confident with these kinds of problems, and it makes it easier for you to figure them out. So let's see our next set of numbers. 1,220.0, 3.1415, 3,590.520, 0.100, and 3,000. You can pause the movie now and try working these out on your own. Okay, so going back up to the top, to 1,220.0, we see that we have three non-zeros, the 1, 2, and 2. We also have a decimal place. which means we do count our trailing zeros, so any zero after the last non-zero. So we have 2 trailing zeros after the last non-zero, which is a 2. We don't have any sandwich zeros, so that gives us a total of 5 significant figures. Next one, 3.1415. We count these out. We got 5 non-zero numbers: the 3, the 3, the 1, the 4, and the 1 and the 5. We have no sandwich zeros or trailing zeros in this. In fact, we have no zeros. So this gives us a total of 5 significant figures. The next one, 3,590.520. Okay, we got 5 non-zeros here. The 3, 5, 9, and 5, and 2. So those give you your 5 non-zeros. Do we have any sandwich zeros here? Yes, we have a 0 between the 5 and the 9. So that gives us 1 sandwich zero. Is there a decimal place? Yes. So now we can count our trailing zeros, which we only have 1 of. This gives us a total of 7 significant figures. Now, 0.100. How many non-zeros do we have here? We only have 1, the number 1. Do we have any trailing zeros here? Yes, because we have a decimal place, so we have 2 trailing zeros. Do we have any sandwich zeros? No. And that 0 in front of the first non-zero, the 0 in front of the 1, is a leading zero, so we don't count that, giving us a total of 3 significant figures. Now we're up to our final one, 3,000. The number 3,000 has 1 non-zero number, 3. Does it have any sandwich zeros? No. Do we have a decimal place here? No. So any trailing zeros of 3 zeros after the 3 do not count. So this gives us a total of only 1 significant figure in the number 3,000. I hope these practice problems helped you out and gave you a little bit more of an understanding on how to work significant figure problems and exactly how to count significant figures. Like always, keep up the good work in your class, and I'll see you next time.